I would straight up. I would not stand up in a boat. That moving boat. That would scare me. That would absolutely scare me. Not gonna lie. Well, it's because I'm not hydrophobic. I just don't really want to fall in water.
I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh.
What a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy.
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Stop. Shake my hand, Swansea. Okay. Take me to a hospital. I have accepted Dr. Swansea's help. I will work at Pembroke Hospital. I have no choice. The man knows about my condition, about what I've become. Vampire. I can't believe this. I don't know anything about this secluded medical facility. Everybody here will take me for what I'm not anymore. Jonathan E. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'm a spy to them all. Patients, the staff. This is my new home, where I will hide from all who are after me. Where I will hide from everyone until I get a better understanding of what's going on. Okay.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
Rotten all.
Tutorial time.
Life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
I don't like the flashing. To be honest.
Notice. Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate your help with me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me,
Look,
Mr. Cox. Let me assist you.
The immature me's just giggling at that name. Alright. Blood quality. The blood quality indicates how much XP you obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight of other others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than citizen resistance. Really? We're just gonna go bite this guy? Really? That, like, why? Alright.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
It's like, why? Blood temptation. Press X to embrace him or circle to release him. Embracing him will provide massive XP boost, but beware there will be consequences. Learn more about sins, collecting their hints will increase the experience gain. No.
Not tonight.
Like,
Not
there's no
this.
reason for me to done
I will
that.
not take another life.
Whoa, I feel giddy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna bite a random person. And it's like, I will. Like, I don't know if I will bite people or not, though. That's the thing. It's like, if I...
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
I know that. Like I said, I probably might bite if they're super awful. I probably might bite if they're super awful. Like, they have to basically be a gigantic... Like, I have to see no point in keeping them alive. And it's like, just randomly just biting that homeless man. It's like... Piss off, game.
I'm not one to make waits, Doctor.
No, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait, because I'm looking for stuff. It's not like you're gonna randomly just dash to me and kill me. Kill me for making you wait. State influenza. Frequently complicated with pneumonia. Also, I hear a cat. Prevent any case of Spanish flu. Stay at home. Give me a minute. I have a cat. Oh. I forgot you're in the room. You want to go out? Mickey? You want out? No, I did not kick him out. I carried him out. Okay. There's a difference in throwing him and kicking him. I'm not gonna throw my cat onto a fucking floor. I'll likely toss him onto my bed. I won't basically just throw him onto the floor.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Are you dead?
You know, I'm not gonna go that way. Okay, there are gonna be some enemies around here, so let's not go around here. You know, that's gonna take me to the hospital. I wanna keep doing a little bit more exploring before I go into the hospital. I'm not gonna go that way because I could do more exploring the You can do more exploring for that.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future.
Pretty sure that's the nurse. I'm pretty sure I heard the nurse talk. It's like, I am talking to this doctor.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
I'm talking.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are more important.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the...
I am talking to Dr. Tippett.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Jesus Christ.
Is a pearl. She is the most helpful
Jesus
and
Christ.
dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her
Oh, cool.
skills.
Alright, so Tippett is convinced that Gwyneth Brannigan is overqualified as a nurse. That's over her. Yeah.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Lovely. Yeah, he is one, so I can't do anything.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his
I
office down
fight
here.
you. Back. Personal question. Nope, nope. Alright.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
We can't do anything for him now. I will bite you. Oh, damn.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet...
He was just staring right at the
You'll find it on
camera. It's
second
like,
floor with your name
what?
on the
What
door.
are you, Jim Halpert?
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to
Are
Pembroke
you Jim
Hospital, Dr. Reed.
Jim Halpert from The
Your
Office?
is being prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
How was Mr.
And
Hampton?
Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought
I
in,
told you, not even.
how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
No, who's
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Also, I'm pretty sure that there was a exclamation mark during this, like, will you, yeah, during her one thing while shooting out that we don't know Dr. Swansea. It's like, like,
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
where's my
If you could
room?
point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring on the other side, just to see what's here. Official health warning: the citizens of London. Curfew. Curfew will be sounded at 9 p.m. by the church bells. All citizens must keep off the streets from that time until 5 a.m. Until further notice, a citywide curfew has been implemented. It is imperative that you wear your mask to prevent the spread of infection. If any member of your household becomes ill, inform the authorities immediately. The curfew not opened after 9 p.m. This is kind of a serious thing. I'm gonna assume that the health status, the worst state, in the worst state, I probably might not get in any trouble. So yeah, let's not. Let's stay away from any serious places for right now.
It's locked, all right.
That door's locked. We can't vamp there. Hospital full. Due to the influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Please go back home. Okay. Oh, check trash cans, really? Ooh, that's serious. So no, we're not gonna explore there. Not here. Okay, can't go this way. Quarantine. One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written of the authority. And authorized to play the shall alter, destroy, or discard. Violating this regulation will be fined. Now it's already been destroyed, so. Okay, this influenza thing. Ooh. Yeah, those guys are 6. Now I'm not dealing with a level 6 tangling with a level 6 enemy.
I cannot enter.
Enemy, to be honest. If it was just one, I'd give a try. If it was one, I would give a try, but there's 2. I'm not. Yeah, no. I know there's skulls, but it's like, still, I'd rather not.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, Tonight, maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that?
Ma'am, I have a
And if
club.
I'm mortal. What are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can.
I kind of like that.
crumble
What
from
does
the
it
inside
feel
as
to
my
be a
flesh cracks
vampire?
and
It's like,
fades. I sense the
Jonathan,
vigilant blood within my
Jonathan,
veins.
you're a vampire. You should know how that feels.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think
I have
it
a
is
club,
I who
man.
am delusional.
I have a club.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right?
Also, I'm pretty sure if she was a vampire, I wouldn't be able to mesmerize her or feed from her. So she is Cotard.
A spirit, fog, or bat.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Who are you,
Who
really?
are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned?
No, we didn't.
Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay, yeah, she does, yeah. Wrong way.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
There's two.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. John.
Might as well get to know people
I've
while
already
we're
heard
running
about you,
around.
Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Do you need any medical help?
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least. But I would give everything to be in a better place right now.
Smuggling weapons?
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital?
I mean, he
Apart
said
from
he
smuggling guns.
was the ambulance
I've been
driver.
an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
How's the sanitary
Since you're on the
situation?
front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Personal question.
I'd like to see
Yeah,
your
let's
goods.
check out his
Wise
goods.
choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Okay, so I can buy a shotgun from him. I think we'll buy 23. No, we'll hold off. We'll hold off. I'm just buying Puma. Okay, you people are inside there. Okay, Reagan and Tippis, we can meet her now.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan.
Did he really?
Nurse.
It's a good thing I wasn't hoping
Nurse.
for a profile.
Over here. I'm pretty sure it's the game. I'm pretty sure that this is kind of glitching up.
I see. Well,
Because I can't hear because I'm not on the
I'll just have to deal
middle of
with
the
this
screen.
unexpected notoriety.
You must know that blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of
Goddamn
research.
game.
He is convinced it is the future.
Life in London. What's the situation
How are
here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun.
Yeah.
Hard, Doctor.
The invisible
An
enemy.
invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do
Jimmy.
we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Damn, 5.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Personal questions. Tippets,
Why
crazy.
does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Okay, that's it.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Let's go see if I can do that.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana.
Why are you hanging around here?
I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you need medical attention?
I'm feeling all right, doctor. But perhaps it is because I, too, am used to the smell of the dead.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why watch these
Why
bodies?
do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Rakesh's not afraid of death since he once turned as a medic. Interesting. How did you get the job?
You get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Interesting. That's why. Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic.
I do apologize if people are
even
kind of
unsafe.
bored of me just walking around
Diseases
talking to people. You're going to have this type of thing. Might as well just take advantage of
I'm
it.
very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of sell?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
You believe in life
Since
after
you're not afraid
death?
of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not.
Actually, it was a really
I
good
don't
segue
feel
into
death,
that
for I
second
won't
question,
see
by the
it.
way.
What troubles me is the pain my death will
I kind of
inflict
like
to
when
those I know
games
who are
have multiple
alive now.
choices, and an answer
No,
from
Dr.
one
Reed,
is a
I
very
am a
good
foolish
segue
man,
into another question.
but
It's
I like
really
to
good.
think otherwise.
And really good writing. That is, yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
I don't think we're going to go. I don't think we'll go and explore the explore and wrong one. And cover these. We'll probably wait till like next time to start covering these local investigations. Oh, here's the person right here.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
I guess I can easily mesmerize him, but I'm not going to.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Nothing. All right.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, I'm an idiot.
Oh, another nurse.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Oh, it's Crane.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I should have checked.
Good evening, sir. I will not let you down, my boy.
Okay, so there's talk to you two here.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Don't have any medicine.
I will see you later. I have to go now, sir.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah, I don't think I have any medicine to heal him, sadly. Yeah, I don't have anything to heal him. I think we'll probably wait to talk to him until we get some medicine for him.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother
Okay,
of
so you're his
Mortimer
mom.
Goswick. Could you check on
I kind of figured when she said my son needs
I've
help.
heard much of your talents as a physician.
What about
Do
you?
you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns right now, Doctor.
Sorry about that's like
Fine, thank you.
it's kind of stuff. Oh, interesting.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived, but we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Yeah. Efficiency up here.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse
Yeah, I can understand that.
seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Yeah. Let me find her and ask for that.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that...
We'll probably be able to get more information out of Beatrice once we heal Mortimer, so that's
I'm aware
fine.
such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Personal questions, nothing. Alright.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, so that's that. That's Nurse Crane. Oh, I have not talked to you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
I do apologize for doing all this, but it's like, might as well.
Yes, I've been informed about your arrival.
Okay, so you're Dan Aykroyd.
Welcome aboard.
I'm sorry.
Does my arrival inconvenience?
I'm sorry, when I saw that name.
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Aykroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego.
Don't tell me you have a lot of ego.
And they're here to protect our patients.
These foods, modern medicine methods.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I have a club.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood
I have a
transfusion
club,
technique saved many lives, and you know.
I have
You
a
see,
club.
that is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
I have a club. I'm not afraid to use it to bash your head in.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I can, okay. Oh. You went to the other doctor then?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such
Well, at
an
least you're
honor,
nice there.
Thank you. And you are?
I am
Yep.
Thoreau Strickland.
I figured
Thoreau
figured that was going to be Strickland, considering he's talking to the broken arm guy.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
You don't have to worry about me, Dr. Reed. I am here to assist you, not to be a burden.
I'm from London. Tell me about
Please could you
yourself.
tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
Don't be too much of a kiss ass,
I'm
Strickland.
convinced it's the future.
Don't be too much of a kiss ass, okay?
What made you choose
Kiss
to
ass, just way too much kiss ass can
You
get
and your work
you
have
can
inspired
get
me.
people not like you.
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Well, I'm pretty sure people will already like you.
It's always
I'm just
pleasure
like,
to share scientific
like
and
don't be
medical
too
knowledge
flattery,
with
but it's
someone
like don't be a
eager to learn.
dick and
I'll
dick
be
and
glad
say
to
that. It's
help
like
if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's
it's like
most
still
terrible
be nice
disaster,
to people
but
flatter
I'm
you.
convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones
And also
able
take
to
it
defeat
it calmly about stating
I based my
hey,
technique
be
on my
careful with
mentor's
all the
research.
flattery.
He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Yeah. Oh, we only have 3 people left. We have random patient and 2 guys in suits. Back.
What do you think of Dr.
Aversion to
Ackroyd's
modern
aversion
medicine,
to modern
modern
medical
practices.
methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all
I think we'll
this
basically call it a
put your
stream once we
differences
talk to
aside,
everyone and
Why
get
is
up
it so
to
difficult
our
together?
to our place and see if we can make a medicine to cure
recommend its use.
So you
One
believe
boy.
it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
About the
What can
hospital.
you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea.
Like I said, next time we'll work on those two investigations. I'm quite
You
optimistic.
seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop...
Okay, so that's a new thing we can do. That's fine.
He wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Yeah, so there's a new investigation. Personal questions about
Tell me more about your
techniques.
willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your...
How?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my...
How?
Dr. Reed.
He's just broken his arm.
Story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
That gives us blame himself for his injury. We'll go talk to him about that when we're done here. Luckily, he's literally right here.
Also appear to be a lack.
He can hear us talking about him.
You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You have, if you're going to be a doctor, you cannot. You have to.
Goodbye.
You have to basically treat your patients with respect. Anyway.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Why feel guilty about your
injury?
injury?
Your injury, Harvey. Why
Take
do you
that.
feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Harvey's wife died during the war. Your wife died
How could
because
your
of
job
you?
be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury,
that's
Mr.
terrible.
Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Yeah, so we're still missing one more thing, but
Tell
we
me
now
more
question
about the
this.
death of your wife, Harvey.
1915.
Okay, yeah, we are in the 1900s then.
Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the
Yeah, so this is
construction
during
of the
World War
Lisbon Tower.
One. I believe.
My wife was bringing my dinner.
I'm checking.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France.
Yeah. Yeah, this is during World War One.
Suffer.
Yeah, so we're doing a little bit. So we're basically around before the 1920s, I want to say.
Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yeah. All right, so that's it.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll
Yeah,
see
so
you
so
later.
that's it for Harvey right now. That's fine. That's Hawkins. Actually, do we have a thing for Hawkins?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh, we haven't.
I don't
Yeah,
think
oh,
we've
right.
done
We
it
oh, right.
just yet.
Okay, I know we haven't.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr.
Yeah, we haven't spoken to her.
Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Your life in London. Our situation
How would you
here.
describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of
Her
everything.
hair looks a little Dark Soulsy to me. Spanish flu
Nurse
won't
Hawkins,
last forever.
The Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
I mean... I don't. I'm sorry. That makes you look like an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
You must get a hold of it.
I just want to be smart ass.
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
I just want to be a smart ass. Yep. Alright.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Sorry. You've been a nurse for how long?
Have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You would be surprised.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just...
I mean, hell, look at the first part of Naruto. Again, first part, not when Naruto learns, oh hey, turns out you're actually super special. The first part. Before Sasuke runs away like a little bitch.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual. Especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh? Guess we'll go talk to Milton about that. Let's look around that. Mediocre among his colleagues.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Personal questions. Nothing else. Alright.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, we don't talk to Ackroyd. Let's go find Milton.
Still standing after this epidemic.
Brannigan. Pipette, there's one.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
No? There we are.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words.
That actually would make sense. That really makes sense.
Goodbye, Milton.
That really makes sense. I can't actually blame him for that. To be straight honest, I really can't. Yes, Marisa. All right. You.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you're connected to Teresa.
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
I mean, he doesn't look that bad. He doesn't look that bad. I mean, I see the scar tissue, but it's like it doesn't look that bad.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Alright, I can mesmerize him.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again.
I'm pretty sure
by
those
the
last two
millions
guys
that
are
die.
right down here, so that's good.
Precisely why you're a patient here.
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work.
Okay, okay. When I was saying he doesn't look that bad, I'm not saying trying to downplay his stuff. Yeah, I'm just saying it's like, hey, he doesn't look too bad compared to what he's saying here.
Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Damn it, I wish this chair would break. Who's treating you?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Fire, personal questions. Did you serve
Where
for
were you
long?
stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
How much do you Thelma living proof there's hope for him? Alright. You let her bite
do
you?
You let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
She's mentally disturbed, which I don't like that wording.
It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Back. Down here. Okay, so that's him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Let's go talk to Teresa again, see if that unlocked anything new for her.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
Thelma. My bad, I didn't mean to say Teresa.
Vibrant blood.
Personal questions. There we go.
Tell me,
something new.
Why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood?
That's much to go try Ackroyd.
I'm not sure, Doctor.
I think I might go try Ackroyd, see if there's anything
we have a bond
with him.
of some sort. We've both suffered so much.
Actually, I might try both doctors treating him.
Interesting.
You plan to make him a vampire?
To make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
You're
Would
romantically
you say
involved.
you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Okay, I just wanted to check. Yeah.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
Yeah, so let's go talk to the two doctors. Just to basically just see them. We'll go talk to those guys. Alright, so there's Strickland. Let's see if we have anything.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Alright, so nothing for Strickland.
Dr. Strickland.
Now where's Ackroyd? No. Yeah, Strickland up. There's Ackroyd.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thoughts on Strickland's
Tell me,
research?
Waverly, What do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead
Why
this
do
surgery?
you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead
Yeah.
this surgery,
Like,
I'm trusting you to
all
assume
those
the
were pretty
consequences of your
decent
actions,
answers, to be
whatever the
honest.
result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
The
And are you not
rivalry
afraid
blinding
that your
you.
rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
I mean, yeah. Anything? No.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you,
I know,
Dr.
it's
Reed.
like, I know
Can
I'm
be of
talking
any
to
help?
too many people. I just want to get some stuff. Right, nothing for...
Goodbye,
Nothing
Dr.
for
Strickland.
Strickland. Harvey.
Good evening, Mr. Good evening, Dr.
Okay, cool. At least I can press square. Skip next. Nope.
Good.
Yeah, that's fine. I can read. Alright. Now we did have two people over here, but we can also go and talk to... Nurses are needed now. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. Inquire at the nearest appointments office in the Ministry of Labor and National Service. Right to 15 Kingsways, London. Yeah, just wanted to do a quick check because we didn't do anything.
Good evening.
Evening.
No. Alright. We're good.
Goodbye.
It's the priest. It's the priest we helped.
Good evening, Mr.
Cool.
Hampton.
I didn't realize that was him.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sorry, I must have...
I didn't realize it was him until we got
I was not
closer.
myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion make me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious.
I mean, he did.
perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
I'm from London. Residence in
How
his
did you
den.
end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct
you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Yeah, so he is. So he's not one of the these two. Okay, he's still over here. So at least I can get some stuff around him for over there. Hero or a
dared
fool?
to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Fair?
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Corruption?
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
That's a shame. Oh, and I understand though.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife.
Oh, hey!
The show.
He's right over here.
Digby.
We know where he is.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Personal questions. What do you do for a
What
living?
do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Okay.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted.
We'll probably be getting more stuff from him when we actually meet him later, but might as well talk to him now.
I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest, and then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye,
Alright,
Mr. Hampton.
we'll go.
We'll talk again later.
It's locked, all right.
Ah, there's someone. Oh. Okay, I can't. Okay, I cannot reach that person until I can unlock that door. Yes. Okay. Okay, so this will affect both of them. Okay, interesting. Alright, yeah, so that's gonna okay, so we can't reach one patient until later, because that door is locked. I don't know where the other person, where the remaining person is done. Play will probably be available later too, so we'll probably wait for that. Yes, once she's up there.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Long letter. Interesting. Birmingham, October 27th. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brom, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hack from the third floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Jeez, you'd pay me a huge amount of money to sleep in bed, which woman died from flu just a few hours ago. Sorry I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mom, Dad, and my job in the factory, I really find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger. Already driving me mad. And Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes next time. Next time's... Is that the old British idiom? No. Come back home. In your last letter, you told me about quitting your job in Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, better think twice. There always jobs in the factory, but wages are shit, and it's boring as day without a shag. Oh, I have a new fiance. No, I'm no slut, you mortal bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. Yard Priven or something like that? Never heard of them. But if they're, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, maybe there's a good choice for you. Sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France, battling too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, as soon as I come back as soon as you can, give me all the good news about it before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom, and Dad. Alright, let's go talk to Pippa then. I don't, yeah.
Good evening. Good evening.
Nothing London, no. Personal questions.
Pippa, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
You know, I'll be straight honest. I think we're doing a little bit of hypnosis when we do something like that. Because honestly, it's like the moral. Because honestly, a person who would basically just get that question would go, "How do you know?" But it's like, so it's like I think Jonathan's using hypnosis on him. Be proud of what you achieved.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right, but at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
People have felt useless as nurse since the beginning of the epidemic. We have one more hint. Is there anything? No.
Goodbye.
Alright. Let's look to see if there's anyone up. Ah, 1 second. Nope. Okay, that's probably going to. Alright, that's probably going to be one of those things. So let's look up. Up here. Maybe there's a new person around here. I did see Dr. Swansea. Yeah, he's up here. Is there anyone else up here? Okay, wow. Use hacksaw. I kind of want to just equip it just to see the moveset. T. Elwood's medical file. Save mission's status followed by Dr. Tippett. Status convalescence. Save mission number 16. Set release to be determined. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pains from wounds, as if the flames are still burning under skin, he said. Examining of the cicatrices, I believe that's how you pronounce that word. Tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could be a case of persisting nerve damage. The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could be a case of the guilt of survivor. Man in pain and facing punishment for not dying with his comrades. Yeah. So. This way would just lead to my room.
Not now.
Okay, so Swansea will not be unavailable at certain times. That's fine. Kind of figured. Okay, can't go here. I even have a third floor then. this is, yeah. Oh, that's second floor. Okay. Okay, I thought we were on the second floor. Oh well. Let's go talk to some people.
Good evening.
Real cause of your injury. There we go.
Responsible for the injury, Thomas. What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Beauty is not everything.
Beauty is not everything, Mr. Elwood.
Says Mr. Prettyface.
Ooh.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was.
That's disappointing.
The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
But we'll never get that
Goodbye
hint.
for now.
So he's straight done. Like, don't. So I think that's it. It says hint lost. I can't get it again, which that sucks. That sucks. What about Tipton? I can't talk to you. No, that's goodbye. Okay, night drive. I think we might just tape with this hacksaw for our other weapon. Where the heck is Tipton? There it is. Okay. My bad.
Good evening, Doctor.
I swear his face is like a cat falling laser.
Goodbye.
But alright, done. Alright, off to our new chambers. Because we don't have anything else to do, so
It's locked, all right.
that's locked. Alright.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Alright, let's examine this at the workbench. Okay, can't do that. Let's upgrade the hacksaw. See if we see if we can. Okay, no, we can't. Can't do that. We upgrade the scythe we have. No. Yeah. What about the stick? No. Either guns? No. Yeah. Oh, alright. Yeah, let's just analyze blood for this. Ooh, that's neat.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Might as well rest. Okay, cool. Cool. Definitely want to take one of these. I definitely want to start getting sorry, just needed to stand up. Sorry guys. I definitely will be taking Bloodshare, and I'll also take another 1,000 to get Shadow Mist. Oh, didn't read Blood Sphere. The vampire wields their blood and throws it like a spear. This power can take time to charge, but is deadly effective medium to long range. Powerful supernatural tool for vampires who don't like close combat. If you cannot avoid the bloodsucker's attack, try to keep your mouth closed. I know that basically I'm probably... Yeah.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Huh. Article on Econs. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach vampires, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing key vampires, or Econ, as the prefers to call themselves. Supernatural. Okay. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all actions, but a trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee, I've seen a vampire move so quickly it's almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it's not a teleport dematerialization. It is only supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them, and they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism. It has nothing to do with the moral ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me more subject tries to resist, the more of the permanent damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that result could vary widely from one subject to another, plant false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This need for blood may explain why vampires are so aroused by it. The vampire confessed to me that blood can sometimes blind him, since the smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around him, inside warm bodies through walls, or supposedly clean weapons, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal is clean blood or is ill, and in some cases he even sends diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. It's true. This could have so many medical applications, almost beggars belief. Alrighty, that is going to be it where we're going to stop for today.